So I hope you're in front of the television. Kids, if your parents aren't there, it would be great if you go get them. Go put your cereal bowl in the sink or go brush your teeth to have a little message with your parents. Parents, as we were saying before, Don Rogerson and I, this program is special because it does bring music into your child's life. All of the songs that Barney sings are amazing because they are such wonderful teaching tools. And you see them right here every day, your children do, on Barney. It's a program you can trust, a program, you know, if you leave the room for a minute, they're not going to be finding out things that you don't want them to learn. They're not going to be learning bad habits or bad language. And that's what's special about Barney. In a few minutes, I'll talk a little bit about some ways we can say thank you when you become a member. But right now, it's important for you to go to your phone and join WMHT and make it part of, not just make your children viewers, but make them active viewers. When you become a member, you're an active viewer. Go to your phone, 1-800-285-9648.
Well, Phoebe, let me mention the fact that public broadcasting is a partnership. And that partnership is between the underwriters of the programs, the community leaders who oversee this institution on behalf of this community. We have a non-for-profit board who gives a great amount of time and energy to the station. It's a staff, Phoebe, myself, others, who are very committed to the values of public broadcasting. But most of all, it's you. It's people like you who join the station and support it. Now, the underwriters of this program are Kaiser Permanente, which is a wonderful organization. It's new here, but I can tell you as a Californian who actually grew up with Kaiser, I'm very pleased to see that they're involved with us. And Jeepers, which is, of course, an institution here, a store that does a lot of things with young kids. But the big thing is going to the phone and joining your station. And when you do, you become part of our kids club. And let me read the names of the kids who have joined with you this morning. Already, these families have said, I'm going to help that public broadcasting station. William T. Graves, Isabel and Willis Hand, Casey and Danny Goretti, Charlie Cohen, Andrew Colin Johnson, one name, Patrick Johnson, Shannon and Carrie Goretti, and Rachel Yerkes. We thank all these really nice families for their participation with this station. Won't you join with your family today?
That's right. It's a wonderful organization. It is a circle of friends joining together because we all have a like-minded vision of what television can and should be. 1-800-285-9648 is the number to call if you'd like to make your pledge. We have great operators standing by to take your call. I promised earlier I would talk a little bit about thank you gifts that we do have to offer. First, I want to hold up Barney's Musical Scrapbook, which is a video copy of some of Barney's greatest hits. It's like, let's see, 14 wonderful songs from the series. And this is a fantastic way for you to, as we were talking about before, use songs and singing to help teach lessons. And today they were learning about circles and about their belly. There was a song about their belly. Where else can you hear songs about your belly but on Barney, right? At the $120 level, I can pull out from here. Whoops, he's a little bit stuck. This wonderful Barney pillow. This is fantastic. It's soft. Look, you can do all this kind of stuff with it, and it comes right back. And what's great, it's made out of parachute material, which means that you can, like, just wipe it off with a sponge if you spill anything on it, which I would be apt to do if it were my pillow. Again, it's our way of saying thanks to you, if you're able to make your pledge at the $10 a month or $120 level. We do have a bonus gift if you're able to make your pledge on a credit card, which we think is fantastic because it means that your money will go right to work for us right away and you won't have to send us a check. So it really works out for you, too. As you can see there, it's A Day with Barney, a chunky book, and it's fantastic. It's great for little fingers, and sort of like the Arthur books we talked about a little bit earlier, it's got simple words that children can follow along. March, 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 Barney leads a parade. I mean, nice, small words which will really begin the reading process for your children. Again, those are just some ways we can say thanks when you make your call. It's up to you to decide what's right for you. Go to your phone, 1-800-285-9648.
Well, that's right. And what, of course, this is about is that preschool education is the single most important thing that public broadcasting can and does do. We're committed to making sure that children use this powerful thing, television, between the ages. Well, now we have this Teletubbies show, so it's very, very early and all the way up to the first day of school. And that's important because your child will spend many hours with television. Obviously, it's attractive. I used to be a university professor, and I can tell you, I remember reading about how your eye moves to the light and why television is so It's almost hypnotic for you. And the fact of the matter is your child will be learning things on television. It's very, very important that you as a parent have the choice of where to direct that child, and frankly, that there are things written into the programs that are educational and help your child grow and develop, which every program, Barney, Arthur, Big Comfy Couch, obviously Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, all the things we do with children are aiming at that one mark. So won't you please consider a pledge? If you can call in a pledge at the $60 level, that's $5 a month. What parent wouldn't spend $5 a month on their child? Please join your station right now.
1-800-285-9648 is the number for you to call. The membership levels are really anything that you care to give, anything that you're able to give at this point. We know that not everyone can give the same amount, but you can see them there on your screen. Our basic level begins at $40, but if you're a senior citizen and you have grandchildren, or if you're a student, then it's $25 a month, because we think it's important that everyone have access to public television, everyone have the ability to give. When you do become a basic member, you'll be able to get Prelude, which is our monthly member guide, and inside Prelude, actually, speaking of kids, we do have the Kids Club Corner, and this month there's some fun with Teletubbies. It's a little Teletubby sun mask that your children can play with. This is part of becoming part of the Kids Club. This will come to your home every month, and you'll find things for your children. You can call up the station and take advantage of that. Again, it's a way for you to plan your viewing with you and your children, which is something we really encourage here, because we hope that you don't turn your TV on and just hope there's something good on. We really hope that you'll use your Prelude and plan your viewing that to make sure that you're watching quality television. Consider a gift of $10 a month. That's not that much money. And you can have for your very own this great Barney pillow. It's got a handle up here so it can get carried around the house or wherever. And again, it's at the $120 level. Just our way of saying thanks to you when you become a member. Go to your phone, 1-800-285-9648.
Well, Phoebe, I know you're not going to remember this, but I remember we could buy a cup of coffee for about 15 cents or 20 cents. The fact of the matter is now a cup of coffee even is frequently over $1. Amazing. And yes, $10 a month is not an enormous amount. Now let me tell you how you can actually double the impact of your donation too. Because there are many companies in our region which decide to let their employees kind of direct some of their giving, their corporate giving. And so they're what we call corporate match companies. And some of the companies are IBM, AT&T, Mobil, Pepsi. There's a big Pepsi presence in our area. Our good friends at Chubb, Bell Atlantic, Niagara Mohawk. There's also Key Bank does it now, and we're very excited. If you work for Key Bank, please call the station and tell us you work for Key Bank. But your companies will double the impact of your donation by you give the donation, you fill out a form, doubles the impact, and that means more good programs for children. But one way or another, the fact of the matter is there are over 35,000 people in this area who are members of this station. Won't you be one of them today? Please give us that call.
That's right. 1-800-285-9648 is the way for you to become a member. Consider using your MasterCard, Visa, or American Express or Discover card, because that will put your money right to work. We won't have to send you a check, we won't have to send you an invoice, and you won't have to send us a check. That's how that would work. And it's a little bit easier for you, and it's a little bit easier for us. We certainly do encourage you to do that. I just want to remind you, if you're considering a gift at the $100 level, the way that we'd be able to thank you with that investment is Barney's Musical Scrapbook. This is such a fantastic thing because it's a little over 50 minutes of songs from Barney, and all these songs, Mr. Sun and The Green Grass Grew All Around, My Kite, they're really just great ways for children to learn. We've been talking about that a lot this break, but I can't overemphasize that. There's nothing like a song to help you remember things. I remember when I was in 5th or 6th grade, we had to memorize the states, and we memorized it to Turkey in the Straw, and I would perform it here now, but I think I would probably lose my job, so I won't do that. But just believe me, songs really do help you remember things, and they'll help you throughout your life, and children will certainly be served very well by Barney, and if you're able to pledge at the $100 level, this great Barney's Musical Scrapbook. 1-800-285-9648.
Actually, Phoebe, we'd like to see you do that. I think call in and ask for Phoebe to do that. We should do that. No, I'm actually just kidding, but actually we are live television, and you know, the fact of the matter is we have to come to you and get this support. We really do. Otherwise, these programs cannot be on the air.
Not.
But we do know that you're there. You nice people understand that. That's the way this is organized. That's the way Congress has organized it for us. And invariably, people do the right thing.
They do, and they come through for us every single year, and they're going to keep coming through for us because they count on WMHT, they count on public broadcasting, and you need to go to your phone right now and just show your support. This is your way of thanking us for our service, and it's our way of thanking you is by keeping them right here.
Yeah, and again, just watch your children watch these programs. You know what they mean in your life. This is the easiest, frankly, sell there is because of the programs, not because of us. Sometimes we're great, sometimes we're not, but we depend on your children. We're WMHT Schenectady, Albany, Troy.
Local presentation of the Teletubbies is made possible by membership support and by your friends at MVP Health Plan, now covering dental care for kids and, as always, keeping our community healthy. MVP Health Plan. Everything should be so easy.
Funding for Teletubbies was provided by
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Celebrating the joy of kids growing through interaction.
and by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you.
Well, there you go.
Yep, another episode of Teletubbies. Remember, it's hard to believe that it was less than, what, about a year ago?
I think it was in April 97. No, we're 98 it must have been, because that would, yeah. 98.
So it's about a year, and this program has become quite a phenomenon. I'm Don Rogerson, I'm the general manager here.
And I'm Phoebe Vanscoy, I work in the communications department at the station.
And we're here to ask for your support around this, our most important membership campaign, and obviously around our children's programs, because great children's programs depend on you. Now, let me just say right at the start, this is a partnership. It's a partnership between our corporate underwriter, which is MVP Health Plan, and we thank them very, very much. It's a partnership with you and this community and the state education department that keeps public broadcasting strong here in the Capital Region. So won't you please join your station, go to the phone and give us a call. The membership levels are $100, $75, we have a $40 basic membership that's the level for the Kids Club. But please find a reason to join your station and give us a call right now. Phoebe?
All right, well, I'm standing right in front of our WMHT Kids Club. As you can see, we have a refrigerator this time around because we are getting ready for our work day here in the station kitchen. You're probably running around your kitchen trying to get breakfast ready. And as you can see, the Kids Club wall is full of names of great kids whose parents or caregivers have called in and made them members of the Kids Club. In a little while, actually, I'll read the names of our newest members. But right now, let's talk a little bit about what the Kids Club means. When you become a member of the Kids Club, the first thing that will happen is we'll read your name on the air and say hello to you. When your birthday rolls around, we'll send you a birthday card letting you know that everyone at PBS hopes that you have a great year. And then in Prelude, our monthly member guide, you'll have invitations to special events or giveaways that you can only get as a Kids Club member. So that's just a little bit of what happens when you become a member of the Kids Club. So parents, when you call in, the operator will ask you the names of any children you have who you want to enroll in the Kids Club, and then that's all there is to it, really. 1-800-285-9648. Go to your phone right now.
Well, let's quickly tell you what the thank you gifts are that are available if you're able to afford a membership at the station and help all the kids and all the children who benefit so much from this kind of programming. If you can call in a pledge at the $125 level and charge it, we'd be delighted to send you the Teletubby backpack. It's very cute. It's for charged pledges only. We will, unfortunately, we can't tell you which character you'll get, but if you do call in and make a request, we will try to honor it if we can. We don't know which Teletubby is the favorite Teletubby, actually, but we'd like to do that. If you can call in a pledge at the $100 level, we have a very new video. It's the Teletubby nursery rhyme video. This is brand new, and I know if you have a very, very young child, this will be much appreciated. And of course, if you can call in a pledge at the $80 level, we'll give you the Teletubby Beanie Baby. Again, we'll try to honor requests, but we can't actually guarantee the request. But the big thing is to join in support around these programs. So please, won't you go to your phone, and if you can't afford it, please join your station today.
Okay, 1-800-285-9648. As promised, I'm going to be reading the names of the newest members of the WMHT Kids Club. So let me turn around here to the fridge, and let's see. Hello to Stephen Sisonsky, Lauren Grasso, Allison Tozzi, Melissa and Aaron Whitney. That's an interesting spelling. I like that. And Abigail and Michael Whitney. Abigail is my favorite name, I think, of all time. Welcome to all you kids and parents. Thanks so much for calling in. We're so happy to have your kids in the WMHT Kids Club. What a fantastic morning we've been having. We get to come here and talk to you about the great kids programs that we air, and we also have the opportunity to hear from you. And that's what's really the most fun about these membership drives, is when we hear from you and we find out what you think of the programs and how important they are to you. And we find that out only, though, when you make that call. Go to your phone and give us a call, 1-800-285-9648.
Well, I'm the general manager of the station here, and I really do enjoy coming and talking to you around Teletubbies, because I know there's a lot of parents where this is your first child, perhaps even your first real experience with public broadcasting. And it gives us a chance to talk to you about this institution and about how many good things are going on at WMHT. It's actually very good news. I think we just went into overflow. If you're calling and trying to get through, do keep trying, and please join. But I'd like to say my background was in academics, taught at the university level. And I remember the classes about broadcasting where they would show that very, very young children do respond to programming, do learn at a younger and younger age, and how important those early experiences are. And this program, Teletubbies, is really designed to make a simple point. As a child, they grow up, they're going to spend a lot of time with this television. Isn't it important that they be things that are positive, wholesome, some learning? Of course, the learning in this is small, but the learning with their child starting with that. As they get older, some of our other programs, Big Comfy Couch and Arthur. When your child gets to 5 or 6, they'll start seeing the public television programming that we have available and going into the school. So please give us a call, 1-800-285-9648. We've got some reinforcements here now ready and able and willing to take your call. Please give us a call right now. Phoebe?
That's right. If Teletubbies is something that your children depend on every morning to help them get ready for their day, that's fantastic. Again, if your children are saying again when Teletubbies is over, there's good news, because in just a few minutes we will be having another great episode of Teletubbies. One of my favorite parts of the show, of course, is when they have the real children and the videos of real children who are doing special things. Today we saw the shadow puppets, and it was fantastic. You saw the one little girl, I think she was wearing red. She was quite the ringleader, and she was telling, okay, now you can all sit down and we'll start. And it's great because she really is a real kid. There's no actors there. These are real kids doing real activities. Maybe you could consider playing with your children and doing some hand shadows today if it's a sunny day, or you could always just put a lamp on a sheet. And that's what's great about public television, is it gives you, a caregiver, a parent, an idea for activities that you can do with your children. It might also encourage your children to ask you, hey, Mom or Dad, can't we make these shadows like they did on Teletubbies? We hope that you do take advantage of the great ideas that you might get from public television. And when you do, then you know you should become a member. 1-800-285-9648.
That's right, and you get to see those Teletubbies do the dance and have a good time, and it's great stuff. We love it. We love it. And the reason that I was doing that is because Phoebe, who is the ringleader, is now going to show us how she does Turkey in the Straw in a few minutes. But first of all, the fact is we have a good time here at the station. I want to assure you that. But we're very, very committed to great programs for kids. We believe very strongly that with the power of this television can be used to educate, inform, enlighten, entertain, help people have more citizenship, and we work very hard for it. But the group that we care the most about, very simply, is preschool children. That's why we have so many of these great programs. That's why every day, by the time you get to 10 o'clock in the morning, there's been 4 hours of great children's programming. So please, give us a call. And Phoebe, I think when you identified with the ringleader, I think that was right.
Okay, you really want me to do it? Sure. Okay. children, here it is. Turkey on the straw, the 50 Nifty United States. No, 50 states that rhyme. Alabama and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, and Connecticut, and more. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, then Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, still 35 to go. Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, and good old Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, 27, number 20 is Nevada. Next, New Hampshire, and New Jersey, and way down to Mexico. There's North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, now let's see, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and the shoes off, I'm almost through. Virginia, there's Washington, and West Virginia, too. Could Wisconsin be the last one, or is it 49? No, Wyoming is the last state in the 50 states that rhyme. Thank you, really. Okay, now, everyone who's watching, the general manager asked me to do that. This was not on my own volition, and I didn't think he would actually do the Teletubbies dance, so I thought I was safe, but alas. If you need to learn the 50 states that rhyme, I'd be happy to talk to you on the phone and show it you, but please make a pledge. 1-800-285-9648.
Well, we do have a lot of fun. Phoebe, that was good. Actually, I had heard how talented you were. I had not seen it, and some of the other staff members said, Don, if you do that dance and she does it, you'll find out how talented she really is, and of course she is. But one of the things that Phoebe talks about a lot is as a kid growing up watching these public television programs that are so special. And the fact of the matter is right now we have a situation where you as a parent obviously grew up with public television programs. Our staff grew up with these programs, and they are positive and very, very good things, and we hope that you'll understand that we do have to ask for your support, that we can't live without you, we can't live on your good wishes, and we really will do almost anything within reason to keep these programs part of the families of our area. So won't you go in? If you can call in a pledge at the $125 level and get the backpack, that's great. If you want to just join our kids club, perhaps you're a grandparent with a child at home, please do that too. But one way or another, join with your friends and neighbors. We have 35,000 members because of you. Please join today. Phoebe?
That's right, 1-800-285-9648. We talk a lot about how the money that you give goes into the program, which by and large is very true. It's where most of our money goes. But we're also able to provide with an educational services department. And that department is fantastic because it goes out and it trains teachers and parents on how to use public television programs in the classroom or at home to make them better learning tools. And so far, we have the statistics here. Since January 1st of this year, 1999, we've trained 18 caregivers and 65 parents on how to extend the lessons that are in public broadcasting and bring them to your children so that they're not just sitting there watching television. A lot of us, especially adults, we sit there and watch TV kind of in a, because that's the way we learn to unwind. But when children watch, they need to be encouraged to get up, move around, dance, and be a part of the program. And that's what we do here at WMHT, especially with our Educational Services Department. So just think of it that way. Some of your money will go towards that wonderful, wonderful part of our station. 1-800-285-9648.
Well, that's true. And in fact, you may raise a very important point here, Phoebe, which is that many people are watching us now who aren't at home. They're in caregiver situations, and they use public broadcasting because in an educational environment, they in fact have to want to use television, but they want to make sure that the television that they're using is appropriate for the kids.
Absolutely, and PBS, as I've said before, it honors their innocence, and it really respects their intelligence. These shows aren't dumbed down, they're for specific ages,
That's right.
And children are always learning, and wouldn't you rather have them learning from great public television programs?
Well, and you know, they learn things like how to count, obviously some very fundamental things. They also learn things like stop signs and tying their shoes and really important things. We're going on to some more children's programs, but we're WMHT, Schenectady, Albany, and Troy. We'd love to have you call.
Local presentation of the Teletubbies is made possible by membership support and by your friends at MVP Health Plan, now covering dental care for kids and, as always, keeping our community healthy. MVP Health Plan. Everything should be so easy.
Funding for Teletubbies was provided by
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Celebrating the joy of kids growing through interaction.
and by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you.
Oh, bye-bye.
It's a nice program.
It really is.
It really is. And it's soft and it's kind at a time when kids need that.
Absolutely.
And it turns out they do learn. They do watch it.
Indeed. It's great.
I mean, you know, I've talked about this a lot, Phoebe, but I remember still reading that experiment where they took little babies less than 3 months old, put them in front of TV sets, had programs, and found that the kids would develop favorite programs, and they'd get
3
a little...
months old?
Yes,
Okay.
their eyes would begin to go, and then they had some way to tell what their favorite programs were. And the thing about this show is that it was really saying, look, kids are going to spend a lot of time with TV in their life. Let's start them out right.
Yeah, that's true, because TV is pretty permeated, and we want to limit the amount that children watch, but if they are watching, you do want to make sure that it's something well worth their time and your time as a parent. Of course, we need to say thanks, first of all, to MVP, who is the corporate underwriter for this very program, Teletubbies, and they help us make sure that it stays right here on WMHT for you and your kids. So it's great for us because it helps us bring these programs to you. It's also great for you because, well, it helps these programs come to you. It's pretty simple, actually. There are a variety of membership levels, and we have some thank you gifts that we can offer you when you do give us a call this morning to support your public broadcasting station, your non-commercial station. And I'll talk about them in a little while. But first of all, let's see what's going over on at the Kids Club.
Well, let me do the important thing, which is, in a second, I'm going to be reading some names of children who have joined our Kids Club. But right now, what I wanted to do is remind you that when you join the station, we ask for your child. It's very simple. We ask for your name and then your child's name, and we have kids. We read the kids' names on air. We send them a special birthday greeting. We have special giveaways in Prelude, and we invite them to special events. And let me read now some of the names of the children who joined during the last time we were talking about Teletubbies: Alex and Patrick Varelli, Alexa Rickert, Ashley, James, and Christopher Slavinsky, Kayla, Stephanie Lane, Courtney and Macy. Macy, I'm sorry. Courtney, Macy, and Alex Palika, and Kara and Ryan Gargula. And thank you very much, kids, and we really appreciate it, and families. Of course, what it really is about, and I'm the general manager here, and I know this the very depth of my being, that because parents support good programs for children, want this alternative for your children, public broadcasting is able to make its most sustained commitment to preschool education. And who better than young children to benefit from this great national institution? So won't you consider a pledge, even if it's at the $60 level, which is $5 a month? Please go to your phone and give us a call right now.
And we do have some ways to say thank you when you call us and make that investment in public broadcasting. We think it's really important. The programs, of course, are the most important thing, but our small way of thanking you when you become a member is these thank you gifts, or are these thank you gifts. At the $80 level, we do have these Teletubby bean bags. As Don said last time, we can't promise you a specific one, unfortunately. It's going to be sort of a grab bag situation, but if you make a request, we'll see what we can do. I'm not really sure what kind of ability we have to promise. Again, at the $80 level, that's our way of saying thanks. And then we have, at the $100 level, we can say thank you with the Teletubbies nursery rhymes. This is a new video, and it's fantastic because it takes all of the nursery rhymes that you probably already sing with your kids and enjoy with perhaps your daycare group, and it puts the Teletubbies in there and just makes it that much more fun. A little bit higher level, $125 a year. If you charge your pledge, we have these Teletubby backpacks. These are great. They are perfect for small children. They're soft and fluffy. They will fit probably a couple of nice toys in there. Your kids can take them along with them when they go around. And again, it's the $125 level when you charge that pledge. Once you do that right now, this is our last break of the morning, so we really want to go out on a really strong note. So let's hear from some parents right now.
Well, let's put it in context, too. If you lived in England as a parent, you have a TV set, you would pay a tax of roughly, well, it's well over $100 a year just to have television. If you lived in Canada, your government would pay an amount per person about 3 to 4 to 5 times what we do in the United States for public broadcasting. 3 to 4 times, in absolute terms, 30 to 40 times more per capita. So we really have this strange situation here where in America, public broadcasting is organized where we have to go to our users, people who watch the service, and say, demonstrate the support that's out there. Now that's hard because there's long drives. We have to speak to you. Sometimes it's very successful, sometimes it's less successful. But we have to come to you openly and honestly and ask for that support. The good part is sort of twofold. One, historically, you've always been there, and that's great. And two, you kind of drive the agenda of public broadcasting by letting us know what's important. And that's great because parents over the years have been the strongest supporters of public broadcasting because they know, you know, that your children are using this and it's a good thing to have. So please, if you're not yet joined, give us a call. If you are already a member, give yourself a big pat on the back. 1-800-285-9648. If you can consider a membership at the $80 level, please do it. But go to the phone and give us a call.
I know oftentimes you may not think of television as a resource, and oftentimes, frankly, it probably isn't with what your children are seeing. But we hope that you look at WMHT as a resource, as a tool for learning. And at the end of a lot of our programs, you can see across the bottom of the screen or in the middle of the screen, they'll flash up a website. And if you do have access to the internet at home, fantastic. Otherwise, you could consider going to your public library and logging on, because there are lots of great websites that give a lot more information about the programs. And it's really another fun way for children to keep learning outside of just watching the television. For example, WMHT has a website, and also part of our website is dedicated to parents. It's WMHT.org/parents. If that's too much to remember, just remember WMHT.org, and you can find the parents section just by clicking around. And that offers a lot of information on these programs and how to help you, again, use these programs as a teaching tool. There are workshops that you can find out about if you care to call the station. A wealth of programs and possibilities. When you become a member, you'll learn more about that, and we hope that you take advantage of WMHT as a key teaching tool for your children. Think of it that way, and I bet you'll go right over to the phone. 1-800-285-9648.
Well, and let me give you an example of a family that just did. Gabrielle Alvarenga just called in, her family, and we thank her, and we're able to read her name right now, and I'm sure there's some people calling in. We'll be able to quickly get their name or get them. Gabriel's a guy.
Yeah, Gabriel, boy.
Gabriel, a guy. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But we're live television here, folks. We do it. We do it the hard way. But the fact of the matter is, I can tell you as the general manager here, and as someone who associates with public broadcasting people all over the country, there is no stronger group than those people who work in public broadcasting, who have young children, who know the value of these programs, and who fight very hard to see that money in public broadcasting gets committed to you and your family and programs that appeal to young children. As your child grows, more and more of these programs you'll see. Once they get to school, they'll see even more things that public broadcasting does. But one way or another, find a reason to join your public television station right now.
That's right. It is so important for you to become a member, and we do offer a variety of levels. We don't ask you to pick a level that's terribly high. We want you to pick one that's right for you. We're not asking you to change your lifestyle in order to become a member. We do want you to become a member at what's right for you. If the $100 level a year is right for you, well, we have this great Teletubbies nursery rhymes video, and this is something that's really taking the nation and the world by storm, and it's got all of your favorites. Let's see, they sing Little Miss Muffet, Jack and Jill, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and other favorite nursery rhymes, and they bring them to life for your children. And not everyone can afford that level. That's fine. We understand that. If you can, maybe the $80 level is right for you. This is Lala. Let's see, I've got Poe over here too. Poe is like a very big popular one. And again, it's going to be our choice of characters because we don't necessarily have the one that you'll want. But we'll do our best. If you want to tell which one you want, we'll see what we can do about it. Unfortunately, we can't make a promise in that way. 1-800-285-9648. We hope you use public broadcasting whether or not you can afford to become a member right now, because, of course, it's here for everyone. 1-800-285-9648.
Well, guess what? Another Laura Shireen just called in her membership, and thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it, kids, and we appreciate it, parents. The fact of the matter is these programs do depend on you. There was a time we didn't come and ask for support around children's programs, and then it became a very tough decision. If we did ask for money around children's programs, we would have new children's programs, new programming for you, and so we were able to do that, and that made all the difference in the world. And so now we do it, but we're very proud of the programs like Teletubbies, like Arthur, like Big Comfy Couch, that we've now added to the schedule because parents just like you have supported public broadcasting. I know as a young parent you're going to be eventually getting involved in the PTA, you're going to be involved in perhaps scouting or other civic activities, and public broadcasting is a little bit like that. It's the right thing to do. You give blood, you vote, you're active in your community, you do the right thing. Joining your station now is one of those right things. Won't you give us a call, please? May I suggest that if you can call in a membership at the $60 level, that's only $5 a month, who wouldn't spend that on their child?
That's right. $5 a month is really not that much money. You probably spend that much just on gum, I don't know. Or maybe not if you don't chew gum, you're probably better off. There are the levels. 60 is one that we suggest, 75, 100, whatever you wish, of course, and we're happy to take all of our members. And something I don't know if we do enough, we really do appreciate those of you who have already done your part, who are already members of public broadcasting. I know we come on the air and we say thank you, but I really need to let you know it's a sincere thank you, and we do appreciate it. If you're already a member, if you've given all the additional gifts that you can possibly give, and you can't think of another way to support us, there is something else you can do. You'd be surprised at the number of people who don't know what public broadcasting is. You'd be surprised at the people who don't know this wonderful resource. What you could do for us is to tell a friend, tell someone who has young children, or tell someone who's an adult who doesn't take advantage of the great programming we have. That's your way that you could do us one more favor, going above and beyond just your membership. So think about that. Let's see. At the $125 level, I'll mention one more time quickly before we go off to Mr. Rogers. If you want to charge your pledge, we do have these great backpacks that are available. So, did you know that a lot of people don't know what public broadcasting is? Isn't that amazing?
Well, it's hard for me to imagine that, but yes, I do, because, you know, whenever there's a great program, we always get that response, wow, they just found you. So we're going back to Mr. Rogers, but we're Schenectady, Albany, and Troy. We thank you for this good morning and hope you'll join during this drive.
It's Aesop and the Fables. A stingy dog once found some hay. He didn't want to lose it. His friend the horse said, I love hay. May I, since you can't use it? The dog said, I can't eat hay, it's true. But if I can't eat it, neither can you. This hay belongs to only me. So get your own hay and let me be. Now a bird was looking to make a nest. Get lost, barked the dog to his little desk. You can't build a doghouse from hay, said the bird. It's mine, said the dog. That's my last word. Day turns to night and night to day. Still the dog sits on his pile of hay. Now he's hungry, lonely and cold, but he guards that hay as if it were gold. The moral is this thing called greed makes you hang on to things you really don't need.
You're watching WMHT Schenectady.